Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3. We're just taking a look at our logs train, delivering logs from Poughkeepsie down here to Stamford to get some planks, some plain timber produced. I think really quickly, I want to increase the capacity on this train. I don't know if we can, how much further we can do that with the trains that we have. So let's just see. Let's see how much we can. Yeah, we can get a little bit more. So why don't we bring it up? Yeah, see, that's poor. So we'll bring it up to as much length as we can. And that will just help this train, get a bigger supply of timber. Now, another thing, this line, let's see, we got 42 plain timber up here. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that the time is running. I think the number of trucks we've got on here is okay. I think they'll just about clear this. I might put maybe one more on here. So if we go on the New Haven timber route, we get one more truck on there to move the timber, that should be good. And now I'm also curious, if I go into here, can these Studebakers carry tools? They can, which is good because we're going to double up the trucks that are dropping off the timber to also bring some tools back here to then, so that a train can then move the tools all the way down here to New London, because that's going to be our first project of the day. So if we come in here and look at this terrain, I think we can go ahead and get a pass through here, 240 meters, non-electric. And let's see, if we just kind of roughly line this up, I think something like that should work. So now if we come in here and we just add on our pass-through tracks like we've been doing. Now I'll take this track and bring it all the way into here. We'll make that a girder bridge, but now this is a waterway that we need to try and preserve. And I actually don't know if we can with how close that is. We can, that's pretty steep. It's going to be quite an incline for this train to start out. Yeah, and then it's going to work its way back down. I wonder if we can move this to the left more, now that I'm looking at it. Oh, I completely forgot to add on the siding. I will do that at the end of next episode. Alright, so I think we're just going to go for it. We'll just let it ride. So if I bring this all the way over here, we want to connect into that platform. And now I will bring this up just until we can get a... We'll do girder bridges for both of those. So now we can get through there. This terrain is really poor. So let's just do that for now. I don't love how that looks. Let's see if I can move this. So if I bring that back to there, and then I get a 240 meter station. This is going to be tight, but we can do it. Okay, nice. And that's still in catchment there. So let's back this out a little bit so that we can connect this up. And I'll probably back this out even further just so that we get the best curve that we can. Connect that in. Connect that in. And then we'll put our cross in, and then we need to put these signals back. Nice, so now we can let that run again. And now we should be able to redo this railway to get a little bit better of a curve, or not a curve, but a slope on here. So let's see if we can do that. So if I take just the single track, yeah, I like that a lot more. It's a much more reasonable bridge, and that preserves the waterways. So why don't we do that? Bring it down as much as I can with Shift, M and N. Do it like that. Okay, so that works. And that also prevented us from having to use a bridge on this side, which I like. So now we'll take the other track. We'll bring it back here. Quick autosave. And we will just carry it right down here and connect that in. Nice. So now that's connected in. We're going to need to do our merge. And then our switch. So we'll just put that in. And now we're going to need some signals. Actually, I need to come down to this end. Put the merge in. Okay, so now, signals. We will auto-signal it, and hopefully it works. It did. Brought us right down to there. Did that send it back? It did. And now I'm just going to manually move these two signals a little bit closer to the actual merge location. Okay, perfect. So now that's established. So now we just need to get this connected, and then we can start delivering some tools in here. So if we come back and maybe use... I might just go ahead and use a buildable road. So if I put that in there, and then I connect that in there, we can go ahead and get a drop-off point. That in right here. We'll edit it really quick. Might add one cargo point, and then I'll probably add a building here just because it's not a huge station and I don't want to lose product when it's right here to be delivered into the city. And now we just need to make a drop-off point for these tools. So they're going to come into town on this road. Might have them drop like right here and then exit. that should be good. And we will make this a blue color for the tools. And I want these trucks to wait forever. And now this is going to be New London Tools. Nice. So now if we come back in here and get a road depot, I could probably put it in right here. Could also probably squeeze it in over here. Like that. So now why don't we get maybe 2 boxcars to deliver the tools? That should work. And now we need to establish a new line from New Haven down here to New London to deliver the tools. So why don't we make that a blue color? We already kind of have a blue here, so why don't I make it a teal color? And at New Haven, I want them to wait for a load for... See, the problem is I don't want them to wait too long because I don't want them to clog up this stop for the timber to come in. So let's do 3 minutes and see how this works. So if we do a rail line from New Haven to New London, and we put that on there, and now we need to get a train on there, and we should be able to use this siding again. So we'll get a diesel train, and now for tools, I think we're going to need, yeah, these box cars. So why don't we get maybe 6 of them? And we'll put that on the New Haven, New London tools route. And now this should start to recognize, yeah, New London. And it should start to put some tools on this line, which will be timber and tools. And I actually think I saw, yeah, this is crossing, which is not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to put this stop here and then delete that one so that they're not crossing each other in this intersection. Just to kind of clean it up a little bit. But if we come back down here now, hopefully, if we speed this up, these should start to put some tools. Yeah, there we go. Some tools are showing up there. And now we're going to need to increase the timber, which I think means we're going to need to get probably a second train on here, because I'm going to need to increase this planks, the timber that's being delivered. So let's see, this is the, yeah, this is the boxcar train that's going to wait for tools. Oh, and I see an issue, actually. Because these trucks that are bringing tools back are not going to be able to drop them off if there's no planks here. Alright, let's just see how this works. So, this is our timber train that's coming in. And now he's going to get held up here, I imagine. Yeah, so he's going to stop right here until that clears out. And drops off timber. I think once this really gets running, this shouldn't be a major issue. I just want to see, yeah, so this is running out of logs. So why don't we get a second logs train on here? And it should come from all the way down here. Yeah, it is. So we'll get a second logs train on there. That should dramatically increase the amount of timber that's being produced, and then we can increase the timber train. I think is this one coming back? Yeah. Okay, cool. It looks like we could probably get another vehicle delivering tools into New Haven. Okay. So yeah, that just came by, didn't drop off anything as expected. I wish there was a way that you could make like a queue lane and tell it not to enter the station unless there's a certain number of goods in that station, but it is what it is. So, now I want to start to produce some steel. And I think that the way that we're going to do it, if we look at this terrain, is I want to try and bring a rail line from these coal and iron. And I want to try and loop it into this line here. I don't know if I can do it. I think one way that we're going to try to do it is I'm going to get rid of this tunnel. And I'm going to try and level this terrain off so that it's above ground. So we'll make our own cut through here. We'll connect those up. Now this line is still working. And what this is going to hopefully allow me to do is to branch a track off that can head down here to the coal and the iron. So again, if I come in here and just kind of smooth out a lot of this terrain here, maybe get a little bit bigger brush. Just try and smooth out some of this. So that would drop it to 50, 55. And that honestly might be the best that we can do for now. Let's see if I can hit 55. I like that. And then let's see, did I line up with my signals? Not quite. That's okay though. So we'll continue this track on, and now let's kind of fix some of this terrain here. And I'll have to do some work here. I actually really like this rock wall face, but I will clean that up later on. So now if we come down here, so we've got coal and iron. So I think I will put in a pair of platforms here. This is kind of sunken down, which is going to be tough. So let's see, if I put this in maybe here, just trying to see where I'm going, maybe here. And then if we try and also put this one in maybe here. So now, if we get our tracks, and similarly, I want to double up a lot of these tracks in this center so that we have the pass-through. And then I'll do the same over here. And now if we get our tracks, I should be able, I think, to connect these up without much of an issue. They're fairly level, which is good. So now we'll merge that up. Put our cross in. Merge that up. Put our cross in. And now we can probably get away with just one set of signals in here. Like that. So now this will be in catchment here. So if we come down and we just lay a road. And let's see if I can curve that in. I can. It's not the most attractive connection, but it will work. And now this also should be able to connect up pretty easily. A little steep, but that's okay. Okay, so now these are in catchment of both of these facilities. So now if we get a track, and we take this out, and we take a look at our terrain. So let's see, if I connected this all the way up here. That looks pretty good. We just got a little cut there, a little fill there, some cutting. Nice. Okay, so we'll run this down. We will connect this in. Like so. And now we're going to need to merge this in. Put our cross in. And now we can go ahead and signalize this. So we will auto signal. We'll send this one down. Let's see, it wants to go all the way to here, so that's okay. It'll go back, and now I'm going to manually adjust these signals. So if I put one maybe right here and right here, I'm comfortable with where those are. And that's actually not a bad spacing. And I realized I still had auto signal on, which is not what I wanted, but that's okay. So then I'll put a signal here. And then that merges in nicely. And now we can take this down to this steel mill here. So if we look at our terrain, we can probably go ahead and sneak one of these in. Right here. And we'll go ahead and add in our pass-through tracks. We will go ahead and get this connected. So now that's in catchment here, which is good. And now we should be able to connect these tracks. So we'll come down here. Again, we don't need to preserve this waterway. We'll connect these in. So now we'll merge that up. Put in a cross. Come back here. This is going to be really tight. Merge that up. And then can I put a cross in on the bridge? Can. I don't know how realistic that is. Somebody who's a rail engineer maybe can tell me how realistic that is to have a cross on a bridge. But we're going to do it because I don't want to put it all the way out here. So now we will auto signal. Let's see, right after this cross. Send that down. Send that back. And I actually probably going to end up redoing these signals just to get them right where I want them. So we'll put them there, and then we'll get rid of this set. Okay. So now we should be able to set up deliveries from the coal. So we will do, what is this? This is a rail line from Hartford to New London coal. And then the iron as well. And we'll use the same platform, I think. And then this is going to be a rail line from also Hartford to New London iron. Okay. So now that we've got those established, I think we're going to need a new siding. So if we wanted to put in a new siding, I could probably put it in like right here. So why don't we do that? I'm going to go ahead and put in, let's see, we'll want one track going out. So let's see, if we have one track coming out, like that, and then they join in like that. Now I'm going to try and redo this now that it... Yeah, like that. And we'll just run this off. And then we can start to branch these off. So now if I put a depot in right there, can drag this all the way down. And now we'll need non-one-way signals here and here. And now we should be able to use this to get trains onto our new lines. So these can move coal and iron. So I'm going to want to buy 2 of these. And why don't we go like that, and I'll put 1 on the coal and then 1 on the iron. So now if I come on here, there should be 2 trains on there. Perfect. And these are going to go and start moving coal and iron down here to this steel mill. Let's see, did that drop off some tools? It did. 31. It's not bad. Got 33 already here. And now there's some timber on here, so I think that this is going to start to work. I'm just going to help this city develop a little bit by making some strategic connections for it so it doesn't do weird stuff. This is getting timber. This is bringing in a load of timber right now. And he should clear out just in time for this tools train to come in and pick up some tools. So let's see if we can increase... Oh yeah, we got tons of timber here now. So if we go to our timber train... I might bring it up to 144 capacity. Because now that we've got 2 logs trains running, and if we come on here, I imagine that logs train, yeah, right here, is our highest earner. Makes sense. But now that timber train should move a ton more timber, and that should work really well. Okay. But back to our steel. Why? You're probably thinking, why are we doing steel? The reason that we're going to do steel is that I want to bring it, as funny as it sounds, all the way up here to this machines factory. And then we can produce some timber here and bring it down. And then we can deliver some machines into Boston. I don't know if we're going to get to that entire thing in this episode, but we're going to try. Now, I'm going to put in a station here at Newport, more as just a placeholder for future, future endeavors. So I'm going to delete out some of this road. And we'll go ahead and put a station in right here, just so that I can tie into it, and we can use it in the future. So now if we look at our terrain, I think we'll probably come right around this hill, loop up, and then into this station. So if we take our first track, we kind of bring it to there. And then we bring it around here, and we'll just carry it all the way down here back into this platform. Now let's go ahead and turn that off so that we can merge this up. Put in a cross. And then we'll come down here and do the same. Even though it's not totally necessary here, nothing's going to be using this platform as of now. And it's funny that it let me put a cross on that other bridge, because it's not letting me do it now. Which is kind of unfortunate. So let me see if I get as close to this bridge as possible. Man, this is gonna be tricky, just because we don't have a ton of space. So now we have that cross in, and then we can bring that all the way to there. I mean, that will work. So now we'll do... Oh, I wanted auto signal on, so we will just fix that really quick. So that will signal all the way down to here. Send that one back. And then we'll put a couple signals in right there. Those are a little close together, so why don't we just shift these just a little bit. Maybe to here. And now those will run right into this facility. Oh, it looks like we got a new diesel train, which is nice. So now, where do we want to run this? We're going to take it across this little inlet here, and then loop it up and head up to this machines factory. So with that being the case, let's delete this road out. And let's go ahead and put in a new platform. So let's see if I put it in like that. Now we'll add in all of these tracks. Connect that up, so now that's in catchment. Now we can take this track down. Let's take a look at our terrain here. Curve it down here. Down this side here. And I actually don't know if we're going to be able to maintain enough speed here, so... If I wanted to connect that in there... It's not terrible. I would like to get a little bit more speed. So that will maintain us 75. So we'll do that, and now I'll back out some of this track, and we can better connect it, hopefully maintaining 75. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we've got all this track laid. And I brought it into the wrong platform, so why don't we back out some of this track so that we can redo it. We can put it into the right tracks. And we'll just bring that right into there. And now we can turn off our terrain view and connect this up. So now that's connected. This, I'm gonna do the connection. It's not totally necessary, but I'll do it anyway. Let's see if I can make that too much curve, yeah. And I want to get this short as I can. And I can just do it. So that's going to be tight. It's not the end of the world because trains are going to be leaving here, so they won't have built up a ton of speed. So I guess that's okay. And we'll send that one back. And then I'll put one right here. That one didn't go back for some reason, so we'll try it again. Yeah, so now that worked. And I might go ahead and just shift this one to the right just a little bit. Okay, so now we can ship this steel from this facility, and I'm going to go ahead and put on another platform. Just so that the trains that are waiting for the steel can queue, can stay there a little bit longer and not have to, not interfere with the, trains that are dropping off the coal and the, what's it called? The coal and the iron. So now these will come up here to drop off steel. Probably make this like a dark blue color for, I don't know, steel, dark blue. And I'll have these guys wait for maybe 6 minutes for a full load. And now this is going to be our rail line from New London up to Brockton Steel. So now let's go ahead and get a train on here. So we have these new diesel trains. They go 65 miles an hour. So why don't we use one of those? Because this is a pretty long journey. And that does mean that we're going to use these. So that's 108 capacity. So why don't we go with maybe 126? And we'll get these on the steel line. So, now we need to continue this rail line up here because we're going to use rail to bring plain timber back down here. We're also going to use the same station to move I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. We're going to use the same station to then deliver the machines on the back end. So why don't I just put this in right here. And now let's see how we're going to make our way down here. I think we'll probably go maybe behind this goods factory. Maybe in front of it. We'll see. So if I take this down here, yeah, we can go in front of it. So we'll cut right in front of it. And then we'll come into this platform here. We'll run this track generally back here, and then we'll go ahead and connect this up. Just like that. Oh man, and these tracks didn't they didn't sister each other for some reason. So we'll just go ahead and back this out, and then we'll redo that really quick. Not the end of the world. Okay, so now let's reconnect these tracks. And I can't really tell where they started to break off. So I'll just keep backing it out until it works again. Yeah, so now it worked. Keep this going. Bring it all the way back here. Go ahead and merge that in. Okay, so now when we come up here, we'll add on a merge. And then we'll add on our cross. And now we just need to signal this up. So now we got signals. Oh, perfect. It went all the way down to here. So I'll send those back, and then I'm just going to shift these a little bit. And apparently delete the track, which is exactly what I meant to do. And now I'm going to go ahead and put these signals in right here. Just because they were kind of tucked down in here before, and I just don't think, I think it would be nicer if they stopped before the merge started at all. So now if we look at our terrain, I'm going to use trucks to get these here. So let's go ahead and put in a depot. 30 meters, truck depot. Put it in right here. We'll make this a nice large depot so that we can hold a lot of capacity. And we'll get one-way roads tucked in there. And now if we come into our terrain, We just need to find a way down to this road. So if I maybe branch a road off here, and then start to curve our way up and over. Curve our way down and in maybe right there. How does this look? It's not too steep. We're going to have a little bit of a terrain work to do, but that should work. So now, let's go ahead and put in our station to drop off our logs. Let's see. Delete that out. We'll just add on another platform. Don't really need it, but that's okay. And now we'll go ahead and add on our connections. We should be able to establish our line to deliver the logs. So we'll drop these up here. We'll make that like a dark green. Wait for full load forever before you move the logs. And this will be a truck route. And this will be Boston logs. Now let's go ahead and put in a depot somewhere around here. I could probably squeeze one in. Like right there. Why don't I go ahead and try and squeeze it in on the other side? I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in on the side road. I'm just trying to find a place where it connects cleanly to the road. Now let's go ahead and get some vehicles on here. So these Studebakers with the side stakes can move logs. Let's get maybe 10 of them. Kind of seems like a lot, but we'll see. Okay, so 10 of those are on there. And now we're going to also need a platform to actually deliver the goods, or the, yeah, what is it? What are we producing? Machines? To deliver the machines into Boston. So that's 6. And maybe I'll put one of those right there. Okay. So now, if we come in here, machines, they're going to come in on this road. And then I might have them drop right here and then exit. So if we get a new line, they'll come and make this drop off. I'll make it a blue color. Yeah. And I want these to wait for full load forever. And this will be a truck route, and this will be Boston Machines. And then let's go ahead and get a couple vehicles on here that can deliver the machines. So probably use these tarpaulin trucks. Let's see here. Do I want a second platform? I'm kind of thinking I do. Just anything to minimize the conflict of the trains with one another. So why don't I back those out to there, and then we'll grab a track. We'll line those up. And then we'll just go ahead and put a cross in here and add our signals back in. Okay. So now we're going to have a new line running from here down to this machines factory. And again, they can probably share. I'm fine with that. And I want these to wait for full load up there, because they're both dropping off. So neither of them should be, you know, sitting in the station for very long. And these are going to drop off timber now. Let's see, can I use this siding to get those timber trains on there? Let's see. Yeah, I can. Nice. Okay, and now we'll need another platform over here. And this is going to be picking up the machines. And this one will come from Brockton up here to Boston with the machines, and at Brockton wait for full load for maybe 6 minutes. Brockton to Boston machines. So now we also need to get a machines train on here. So I'll probably use one of these slower ones. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll use one of these faster ones. And I think we're going to need boxcars. And this is going to be Brockton to Boston machines. Okay, so now we should have all the trains on here. This is taking steel, which is good, because this is recognizing the machines factory. This is putting, yeah, timber on this platform, which is perfect. Because we got this train coming up here to pick up the timber. That's got 108 capacity. That should probably work for now. We got some trucks queuing here. Let's see how this is doing. Probably get a couple more vehicles on there to drop off logs. So if we come on here and maybe get 2 more. This is loading up the timber, and then where is... So this is our steel train. This must be... Yeah, this is our boxcar train. Let's see, that timber train's losing us a lot of money. The steel train is losing us a lot of money. And that just managed to break itself even, which is good because it's been screwing around with no steel for a while. This is coming back with a full load. Perfect. And now this should wait here, hopefully long enough for this to come down and drop off some timber, but potentially not long enough. Let's see how we're doing for steel down here at this platform. None. It's not getting enough iron. This is an iron train coming in. The iron train, I'm going to come in here and edit this. We're going to give this... Actually, I'm just going to replace it altogether. Because it's a bit longer of a journey, so let's give that the iron. And then we'll see if coal can keep up with a bit slower train. And now let's come in here and just see how long we have this waiting. Yeah, 6 minutes. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of time. Is this getting any machines? It is. That's awesome. And then this is back here loading up. We're doing pretty good clearing those logs away. So I think this is going really well. And let's just see for that first delivery of machines. So it's coming back. It's only got 34. That's okay. Let's see, our steel train's still waiting. Yeah, this ran out of iron again. Oh, and I gave this the wrong cars. These are supposed to be gondolas. There we go. I'm glad that that coal train actually stopped. Let this one go all the way through, because this had already built up speed. Let's actually see. So this is going to hit... Yeah, it's going to be right around 60, and then it's going to have to slow down for this curve. But then it's going to hit a downhill and speed right back up, which is good. Okay, so this left with only 60. So we really need to improve the steel production here. Oh, we got some new buses and a new plane. Canadian Air. That's a really good plane. Okay, guys, I think this is going to bring us to the end of this episode. We got a tremendous amount done. Honestly, way more than I thought we would. This job to get machines delivered into Boston was huge, and I'm honestly pretty surprised that we got as much done as we did. It's definitely going to need to be cleaned up and tweaked. Interestingly enough, our bus passenger numbers have kind of dropped off a little bit. Number of people waiting. I wonder why. But anyway. Alright guys, this is going to wrap up this episode. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. If you guys stuck around for the entire video, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, comment below, let me know how I'm doing. Anything that you want me to try out in the future, and any tips and tricks you got for the game. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.